at?
29.8.
Nice. Hey, good morning, everybody.
Greetings from Yosemite.
Yes, we are in Yosemite National Park, and we are near the Glen Aulin trailhead because we are doing the High Sierra Camp Loop.
Yay.
So we're going to be out here for 5 days and 4 nights. So the start of this trip got delayed a couple of days by the remnants of Hurricane Hillary, which dumped a bunch of rain. And so we postponed it for a couple of days to miss that heavy rain up here in the mountains. And I think that worked out pretty well because the forecast for the rest of the week is for some sunny skies and almost no rain in the forecast. So we're pleased about that. We are going to need to shorten the trip by 1 day. We had planned to stay at all 5 of the High Sierra camps. We're going to skip one. I think we're going to skip Sunrise and go from May Lake to Merced Lake. But today we're just, it's almost 11 o'clock, and we're going to go just about 5.5 miles to Glen Aulin, where we are, per our permit, we need to camp the first night. Tomorrow we're going to head over to May Lake, camp there, and then, like we said, we're going to do a long day. The 3rd day to Merced Lake. 4th day we'll go over to Vogelsang, and then the 5th day we'll make it back here to Tuolumne Meadows. Anyway, we're looking forward to this. This was a hike that we've had on our radar for a long time, and we're really looking forward to the High Sierra Camp Loop. So thanks for joining us, and we'll show you the scenery, which is going to be spectacular. Glen Aulin, 5.4. This is Soda Springs.
That's where we get the soda.
That's where we get, let's go get some soda. Still metallic-y. Boy. This is Parsons Lodge. Before we head up to Glen Aulin, we're going to check this out too. Edward Parsons used to lead groups up into the mountains, and he also worked with John Muir to try to save the Hetch Hetchy Valley, but of course they weren't successful, unfortunately. And then the Sierra Club built this lodge in his memory. Now you know.
No, yeah.
Here, up here to Glen Aulin. So it looks like we have our first water crossing. Yeah, this is the junction with Young Lakes off to the right there. We're gonna go off to the left up to Glen Aulin. The sign says 4 miles. reached the junction with the May Lake Trail. We'll be going that way in the morning. Right now, we're going this way over to Glen Aulin, and we'll set up camp. Made it, looks like, to the Glen Aulin campground. We're looking for a campsite. This might be okay. Right here, yeah. Yeah, down the toilet. Right, I think we found a really cool spot. We're up here on this ledge that is pretty private up here.
Hey, good morning everybody. Day 2. We're heading out from Glen Aulin, and today's goal is May Lake. We got about 8 miles and almost 2,200 feet of elevation gain. So not too bad of a day. Should get there mid-afternoon. And we're looking forward to this one.
Yeah.
What'd you think of Glen Aulin?
Oh, I loved it. It was such a great campsite. We had a great time. Fire and got to meet some other campers.
Yeah.
Backpackers. It was cool.
It was a very nice night. We both slept really well. Enjoyed it.
All right, let's go.
Let's do it.
We reached the turnoff to Polydome Lake, where some folks we talked to yesterday camped. But we are going this way to May Lake. What do you know? We got a little patch of snow here. Lake, point 2. Hey, our first glimpse of May Lake. There it is through the trees. Well, we've reached the May Lake High Sierra Camp. I see some of the platforms for the tent cabins and some of the other permanent structures. This is beautiful. We got our tent laying out to dry. It was pretty damp this morning. We wiped it down as best we could, but it'll dry quickly in the sun, and then we'll set it up and let it air out a little more. So we decided on a slightly different camp spot. Ground looks nice and flat and got a nice view of the lake. Really pretty.
We made it to May Lake.
May Lake is really awesome. So beautiful.
It's really nice. Just chilling here on a rock.
Yep.
Getting our feet wet.
Yep.
Nice and cold.
Refreshing. May Lake trailhead. This is where a lot of the day hikers we saw at May Lake yesterday start from. Already passed a couple this morning. Merced Lake 17.6,
Yeah.
sunrise 7.6.
Let's do it.
Here we go. We've reached the crossing of Tioga Road. We are at the Sunrise Trailhead. So this is a popular place to park for folks that are hiking to Clouds Rest. Hey, good morning everybody. Day 3. We've gone over 3 miles already. We started about 6:40 and we're here at Tenaya Lake. Tenaya Lake there in the background.
It's absolutely gorgeous.
Really, really pretty here.
Nobody's here. Just us.
Just us at the moment. I'm sure it'll be much busier later in the morning.
Yeah.
And so we got a big day today. We're gonna go through Sunrise High Sierra Camp. We're skipping that one because I think, as we said earlier, we only have 5 days instead of the original 6 we planned. So we decided to skip Sunrise. We're gonna go to Merced Lake. And we're gonna camp at the Backpackers Campground at the Merced High Sierra Camp there. So we got another 14 and a half, 15-ish miles to go. And once we get to Sunrise, it's pretty much all downhill to Merced, about 9.5, 10 miles downhill. So we're shooting to get to Sunrise for lunch, and we'll take a little break there, and then we'll head downhill to Merced, get there for dinner. Anyway, about 18 miles total. So anyway, it's going good so far. Beautiful day.
Yes. Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right. We finally made it to the junction with the trail to Clouds Rest. Oh boy, that was a pretty brutal climb. 2.5 miles to Sunrise, it says. We've got rain. I think we're getting to the turnoff for Merced Lake, 9.1. So we just made it up the top of about a half-mile climb. It should be mostly downhill to Merced. We're at 9,500 feet, and we got to get down to 7,400 feet, so over 2,000 foot drop. And behind me is where we're headed, and it's looking pretty misty out there, like maybe there's rain in the distance.
As you can see, we put on our rain gear, pack cover, rain jacket, and here comes Andrea. So it's not raining.
We just had a sprinkle.
We had a sprinkle. It's not raining in this moment. It's come down hard enough. We thought we needed to put the rain jackets and the pack covers on, but anyway, we'll see how this goes. We should be, as I said, going downhill now.
It's about 3:30 and it's raining.
5 more miles.
Okay, 5 more miles. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Okay, go.
Sun is finally coming out. See some clear blue sky. I think I'm gonna take my rain jacket off. This is our first glimpse at Merced Lake there. We are at Merced Lake.
Yay!
Thank goodness.
Oh, thank you, Jesus.
This is our campsite, night 3, Merced High Sierra Camp, Backpackers Camp. What are you having, sweetie?
I'm having pasta with vegetables and
Is it one of those Trailtopia meals?
yes, Trailtopia. It's very good.
Oh, good.
Morning.
Good morning. This is day 4.
Day 4.
So we slept really well last night after that long 18, close to 19 mile day yesterday. So we got a pretty big one today in terms of elevation gain. We probably got around 3,000 feet of gain all the way up to the Vogelsang High Sierra Camp. We may have some water crossings that are gonna, that we may have to wade through. That's a report we got from the ranger when we picked up our permit, Fletcher Creek. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, we only have around 8 miles. So that miles isn't too bad, but a lot of elevation gain. But we got plenty of time. We're gonna take our time getting up there. We're at 7,400 feet or so here at Merced Lake. Vogelsang, I think, is around 10,100. So, and there may be a few little downs along the way. So, looking forward to some more great scenery. All right, so let's get this hike on.
Yeah, let's go. Let's do it.
This is the Merced Lake High Sierra camp structures here. Obviously not occupied this year. So here we are. We're going to be passing by the ranger station in a little less than a mile. And then the Vogelsang High Sierra Camp. This sign says 7.6. That's a thick tree. Wow. Glad they cleared the trail. Wouldn't want to have to climb over this one. Merced Lake Ranger Station. So we're at the trail junction. There's a couple of ways to get to Vogelsang. We're going to take the shorter route, which is, I think, part of the official, if there is an official, High Sierra Camp Loop route. So it's a little shorter this way. And that's the sign there. Quite the workout this morning.
Yes.
Been like 750 feet a mile for a couple of miles straight.
Yeah.
Oof.
You're doing great.
We're at the junction with the trail to Babcock Lake, but I think we're gonna walk down the trail just a little bit more, find a shady spot for lunch. 4.2 to Vogelsang.
How is it? Is it cold?
Yeah. Okay. It's the junction with the trail that goes up to Vogelsang. This trail goes to Booth Lake
Also can get to Tuolumne Meadows there, the sign says. Over here, Vogelsang High Sierra Camp 2.2. That's us. See a few structures here. Looks like we've reached the Vogelsang High Sierra Camp. Yeah, it looks like maybe a stockade for horses. There's another structure in the distance. There's some more structures over here. Here's the backpackers camp. Here is the bear boxes. So on the first night, I had a little mishap with the jet boil. I've had it for 9 years, used it a ton, and my meal required just a tiny bit of water. So I put that in there, turned it on the boil, and got distracted by the fun discussion around the campfire. And next thing I know, I smell smoke, and the water had boiled away, and the little insulator around the outside was starting to melt, and the orange plastic at the bottom started to melt. Fortunately, it still works, and we've been able to use it for the rest of the trip, but there's a new jet boil in my future.
Good morning. Hey, good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Day 5, our last day on the trail. We had a great night last night. Chillier than it was at Merced Lake, but of course we're 3,000 feet higher. But it was really nice. This is probably my favorite place we camped on this trip. Really great views. You can see some views behind us there. It was really, really nice. So we got a pretty short day here, around 8 miles, a couple thousand feet downhill to Tuolumne Meadows, where we'll get to the car, and then we're gonna head to Mammoth, where we're gonna spend the night, and then tomorrow we'll drive home to San Diego. So, what do you think?
Sounds good. Let's go.
All right, let's go.
We've made it to the John Muir Trail and Pacific Crest Trail. Looks like a PCT logo right up there. There's Tuolumne.
Hey everybody, we're back. We made it. We completed the High Sierra Camp Loop. It was great.
It was fun.
It was a lot of fun. We really enjoyed this whole loop.
The views were outstanding, and it just got better and better.
It did. Every day was better and better. Just the waterfalls, the mountain views, the meadows. The camps were great. I think our favorites were May and Vogelsang. But anyway, if you stuck with us all the way through this video, we want to thank you. And we'll see you on the next adventure.